in business profit ichana wanga za assignment and series of profit then afuna
Wanauli
Hello.
GDP mwadijani.
Hello.
GDP mwadija.
Hello. So
Dukumva.
the last area of study is understanding the concept of elasticities of demand. Why companies need to understand the demand elasticity of the products that they are selling. Why is it important that the companies or businesses should understand the demand elasticity of the products that they are selling? So you should look at or try to review your understanding about the concept of elasticity of demand and why businesses should understand the elasticity of demand for the products that they are selling. So that area is your last area of areas of study. So that we have 6. 2 are on business cycles, economic growth, as well as employment and inflation. There are 2 questions there. And the second one, on the profits, you also have 2 on issues of profits. Okay? And then the last one, so 2, and then the 5th one is on GDP.
Luis Madubiri. Makama ya silimu.
Pa study area yomalizirayo.
So 2 are on business cycles, 2 on issues of profit, 1 on GDP, 1 on elasticities of demand. So that's 6 areas. You'll be required to write 4 questions out of those 6 questions. If there is any need for clarification, you can easily organize. You can call me up if all of you are ready. You want to review and some certain things. We can do that tomorrow if you think the network will be better. Otherwise, it's difficult to know when the network will be better.
I think tomorrow network will be better, sir. So let's just review in details of Kuzama. Let's do it in details. My study areas
my study areas, there are many. Are really on business cycles, unemployment and profit, and economic growth. Those issues muzizindikire pa business cycles hapo. Pali issue ya economic growth and GDP, pali issue ya unemployment, pali issue ya inflation. So there are 2 questions there. I don't want to reveal how they are presented. Then pariso 2 questions on issues of profits. And then the 5th one is on GDP. The 6th one is on elasticities. You should understand the concept of elasticities of demand and why companies should be aware of these elasticities for the products that they are selling. Why is it important? Okay. So if there will be need be, let me know. I am available tomorrow if you think that it might be necessary that we go through some more things. We can go on Zoom, but it depends on you guys' availability and wants. I have tried my best because I love you guys. That's why I'm taking all this trouble to make sure that I'm connected to my students.
So
palibi masamu. Paja masamu mao yeah. Ngakali masamu amakara easy. I noted from last semesters. Mapezo ya kuti ndafuza fuzo ropweka na masamu koma only 2 people who have attempted. So it seems as if and we know masamu amakuengani kai.
Sir, sorry. The concept yeah, GDP, you said my problems are of comparing my GDP between countries.
Yes. What is the problem?
Okay.
So GDP is the market value of your final products. That's the definition of GDP. Market value of your final produce or commodities or products or services. That's GDP. Okay, and it's calculated in Malawi, it's calculated in Kwacha. So if you want to compare with Tanzania, it means we both of us have to convert to dollar. The problem is that the dollar exchange rate kumalawi kunoko ndi ku Tanzania exchange rate policy might be different. Kunoko you might have a fixed exchange rate system. Kunoko you might be talking of devaluations, but many Tanzania they are talking about depreciations. Because when you fixing your market price price for foreign exchange, when you fix it, it means when you want to relax, it means you are devaluing. And yet when you are using market system to find the price of your kwacha to versus the dollar, it's the market which determines. So when the kwacha gets weaker, we say it has depreciated. We don't talk of devaluation in a market controlled system. So Tanzania might have a different system. Ours might be a different system. So whenever you convert, you are not even though they are both dollars. We have converted to dollar. Tanzania has converted to dollar, but we think we are comparing GDP of Tanzania and Malawi. It will give you false things. And also that doesn't tell you what my companies out Tanzania, they are more efficient, they are producing more, because GDP reflects what the companies are producing, because we add all that product up. Now, if Tanzania has got a huge GDP, it doesn't mean that Tanzania, it might be that Tanzanian companies are lucky, are just lucky. Maybe they have minerals that they are sending out. I mean, that they are digging, high value crops that they are having. Whatever, it may not depict the productivity and growth of companies within Tanzania versus Malawi, because that GDP reflects what they have produced. So there are so many other problems related to comparing GDP from one country to the other. So some economists will say, okay, let's use the GDP per capita, meaning GDP per person. So you take the GDP divided by the population of that country to find GDP per capita. So maybe we should compare per capita. Fine enough. Maybe that's better than just using GDP. The problem is still will not tell you that Tanzanians are better than Malawians, even if their GDP per capita per person is higher. There might be a few rich Tanzanians and very many poor Tanzanians. It doesn't mean, for example, if GDP of Malawi says it's $200, doesn't mean that everybody has got $200 every year. So there are all those problems when you are comparing these things. So economists go further to find other indicators to see the economic well-being of people, apart from just the overall totals like GDP. So if when you go in and search this topic and read, you will see it goes more than what I have said. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Network is bad.
Apapa network kanga di kufuna kalako bwino naona kuti ya kalisako tu hapo.
Okay, then I'm about business profitable. Muguti ba ni materials of profit nja.
Inu yankhulani kuti tose timve. Muyankhule funso kuti tose timve.
Yeah, sir. You are saying that by profit, but my questions are we? So I'm saying, talk more about it.
Who profit? We talked about profit. Remember that slide which is in the zipped file called Managerial Economics Notes. My notes number 3. muyangani pasipo. By note number 3, we talked about profits and policies. That one of it was what you did your assignment on. What you did on assignment on was about that it's not every company that's just interested in profit. Other companies are interested in other motives. So such as, for example, to be famous company which is highly paying, which is paying people well. It can be market share, not profit as such. So some people go for other types of profit policies, not necessarily making profits as per se. They will want to make profit just to be able to sustain the business, but they will have other motives, bigger motives, maybe just to be a market leader. And even though they are making just enough, or they might be interested to make sure that they are the ones who pay best in the market. So it's all those things which a company can, and that's what was the assignment that I gave you. And so in there, I'm trying to see whether you just copied and pasted without understanding what you were writing, what you were doing in your assignment. So it comes back to test you. That's one aspect. Then the other aspect of profit is the profit theories. And the profit theories is in there in that note number 3. But it is also, when you open this other folder, imangoti inangolembedo managerial economics. That in that folder you will find pali national income folder, pali folder ina, kenaka you will find kuti pali PDF. That PDF in that UJ is talking about profit theories. That PDF is talking about the same thing that we studied, only that is attaching people. So it's saying, for example, we learned about profit as being a reward for taking a risk. Who proposed that theory? So you will see in there that there's a name to it. Risk, there's a name to it. Uncertainties, there's a name to it. Paying for as a reward for hard work, there's a name for it. Innovation and what is there's a name for it. It just gives you authors and what they proposed. Whereas in note number 3, timango kamba ma concept as theories. Okay, so whatever you choose for me to be okay. If you talk about theories that concern risk and uncertainties, that's a theory which is understood. You may not be able to remember which author, which is given in that PDF. It gives for each author. So that's the difference. So you see that now there are 2 issues that I'm trying to test you on issues of profit. Any question?
Zamveka, I don't know if my guys, but to me, I think
to Griffin. Tama yankura mokwezi. Network yativera chisoni tu hapa.
Tapulika.
Yativera chisoni network fusani. I'm available to you.
No, for me, I understand, sir. I understand. I don't know if the guys, I don't know who they are.
Yeah, so there are 6 areas of study: business cycle, economic growth, GDP, unemployment, inflation. Mafuso awiri pa ma area amene wowo. Then come to profit pa mafuso awiri pa ma area pamene bobo. Then come to GDP, use of GDP as a measure of performance between countries, palifuso limos. And then lastly, issues of elasticities of demand. What do you understand about that? And why should a business be concerned understanding these elasticities of demand for the products that they are selling? Or what benefit having that knowledge is it to a company about the products that they are selling? Very easy, but important for you guys.
Pa elasticity butabwezani. Pa elasticity butabwezani.
Madija?
Pa elasticity bu.
Shafiki sindi kuvesa bwinotwa. Kwezako mawa si.
Ndikuti pa elasticity butabwezani nkoli.
Chani.
If.
Wayamba subject yenini kumai photokoza atu eti.
Akuti yani photokozeko yani study area number 6 yo ya elasticity of demand.
Ai, sini menenda photokozeramu yakwana pamene popo. Ananga ni sindi kupanga likasatu ni ngokuza ni ma areas kuti what is this topic about? Elasticity mkuiziwa elasticity of demand kuti matandauza chani. So it's an area where you will be asked, what do you understand by the elasticity of demand? Okay, it's the response of demand to prices. Price elasticity of demand is the response of demand to price changes. So that's what the concept is talking about. Why is it important for a business to know the price elasticity of demand of the products that they are selling? Really, you should know that. If you are a business manager, you want to reduce prices, you want to be able to forecast how much sales revenue will grow. And so on and so on. Amufuna ningo lemba likatharose. Aguru.
Degree subangaweka.
Mwina kumuzi wanoka. That's why I'm staying up late and I've insisted kuti mpaka ndi yankule ndi kupase ni mpata koma yeah, si upanga zamalikasa yeah. Go and work on it. Go and study the areas I've told you, and you'll be good to go. And make sure all of you have submitted your assignment. I haven't checked.
Yeah, I did.
Others. Sure. So good luck, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Koma tikarayamba mochedwa taona ni mene network mene ikukhalira bwino panopa.
Tikozopitiliza.
Ungoyambiraso palibe vuto ende yambiraso business
table. Timavutika nthawi yonse zija koma network taona ni mene panopa siyi kudukaso. Koma inu.
Yambiraso.
Very bad.
Tikozopitiliza.
Yeah, iwe. Shafiki undikonde na nisu ngati mene makonderani mwapi. Tika gone.
Tamwani tiyo mukunabe.